Are you challenged with trust? Are you challenged with broken trust and healing that broken trust? Right, yes, in the comments. Are you ready to heal that broken trust? Right, double yes. So give it breath. So let's breathe together, hand on your heart. Because what we're diving into today, like every video, it's deep, it's tender, it's authentic, it's raw, it's real. And it takes courage. It takes courage to lean into something that is very triggering to the nervous system, actually. However, that's the healing that's required to heal the broken trust between your body, your ego, and your soul and source. You may think it's healing trust with something external from you. You may have a story of what created that broken trust, betrayal. For many souls, it comes from many lifetimes where we learned to distrust ourselves through this disconnect of separation, through this descent of the soul into the body, into deep forgetfulness and duality. So bringing breath and compassion, just bringing a hand onto the heart, hand onto the belly, and let's breathe together. If you're here for presence, write presence in the comment. I am here for presence, your own sacred presence through breath and hands on the body, bringing your presence to your body, to your embodiment, through the sensation, through the warmth of your hands, through that connection, through connecting with yourself, through connecting with your body, and through the breath, delivering the language, through the language of the body, the breath, that I am safe to the nervous system, switching on the parasympathetic nervous system, which tells the body I am safe. So breathe in safety, I am safe. And breathe out tension, restriction, resistance, fear, pushback from the nervous system. Take another breath. Breathe in. I open to receive whatever is here for me today in this transmission, in this video, in this reflective mirror. And just breathe out distrust, hesitancy. We're not resisting anything. We're just allowing a deeper calibration of the nervous system into a more expansive remembrance of the soul. In essence, bringing the body up to speed with the soul, allowing the soul to take the lead. As we awaken, the invitation is for the ego to move out of the driver's seat and for the soul to take over, the higher self, for the ego to soften and just to release control, release needing to steer the vehicle through a lot of learned fear and through the perceptions of separation. So it's a big ask. And when the nervous system has that story of not being safe to speak my truth, not being safe to have intimate connection, whether it's a partnership or whether it's with each other, with humans. And yet now we know that there's an epidemic on this planet of loneliness, of depression, of anxiety. And the flip side of that is that it's there for us to reconnect with ourself, to remember connection again, to listen deeper, to honor here. We're not getting our needs met externally, or we're finding that it's even if we did get all the so-called what we think or what the world has told us, which could be the house, the car, the lover, even the jewels, whatever, eventually that emptiness is still there. The body, all the different ways we're sold is, if I just have the perfect body, I'll be happy, or if I just have the perfect partner, or if I just fill in the gaps, make the money, or if I just have the house, or 2 houses, or 3 houses, or 15 cars. And eventually, in whatever capacity we take that journey, to realize that there's an emptiness, and that the material, the external world, or 10,000 people to like my video today, or 100 people, or whatever it is, my ego might like that. However, how many people have got hundreds of thousands and millions of people, liking or reviewing their videos, and it's more. Need the next hit. It's never enough. It's never fulfilling. Or it's just an addiction. It's a dopamine hit. It's chemistry. And then behind closed doors, there's this deep emptiness, loneliness, disconnect, because there's a facade happening. The ego has to put on its face, put on its facade, put on its hats, to entertain, to perform, to give the audience what it thinks it needs in order to get its approval, reassurance, validation, money, whatever it may be, whatever the game, the transactional game is, the spoken or unspoken rules. And that gets wired into the nervous system. So it's a big ask for the ego to soften. It brings up all survival concerns and fears, because that's how the ego learned to survive in duality, in separation. As I've spoken about before, the empathics, they tend to be the people pleaser, and they give to others, to be, for their own, for to feel safe, to feel accepted, approved of, self-preservation really, but looking for the sense of self external. And then the more narcissistic, on the other side of the polarity, is take, egocentric, and it's all about manipulation. How can I get, and disconnected from feeling, empathy, compassion, filled with lies, deceit, a different kind of stress. So it's an imbalance. So to heal the broken trust with ourself primarily, I know we may think it's to do with somebody else, but truly deeply it's to do with our own, to come back into trust with our own hearts, our own souls, for our bodies to feel safe. And the way that the body feels safe is the breath, is presence, is putting the hands on your body. So do that now. Take a breath. This is a somatic practice. And just bring your hands onto your body. Touch your head, wherever you're feeling it, back of the skull. Even tap around the ears, around the face, top of the, just underneath the collarbone, and the rib cage. This all helps to reset the nervous system, and just to bring in this information without trying to process it. Just let the energy flow. Energy flow. If you've ever heard of EFT or tapping, look it up. So healing the broken trust between the nervous system, the story of the nervous system in the body around connection, and healing the connection again with oneself, with one's heart, one's soul. Hello, you want to say hi? Yeah. And yeah, so that the nervous system, ego, the soul, and source, God, healing that broken trust. So that our nervous system tells a new story, that I am safe. I am safe in my heart. I'm safe in my soul. I'm safe. I'm safe trusting the guidance from within, rather than abandon myself to fit in with the external dialogue, narrative, distortions, survival. So up-leveling, repatterning the nervous system through this elevation of our human consciousness, through awakening into remembering. And it's a journey coming inward. And when we heal that broken trust within ourselves, we can start to extend outwards, not from a place of desperation or a place of lack, but from a place of deep soul alignment, deep soul desire, and with discernment as well, so that we build, so that trust gets repatterned into the nervous system through embodied experience. So the broken trust got wired into the nervous system through toxic, unhealthy, hurtful embodied experiences, energetic experiences. So it could be physical abuse, it could be energetic, emotional, psychological, it could be, yeah, just self-betrayal. The many ways of denying. That's just part of the journey. It's part of what we do here. We deny our divinity, we deny our hearts, we deny our souls, we deny our authentic voice. We learn. It's unwelcome. Maybe we're, shouted at, or, as kids growing up, or laughed at, or humiliated, or whatever it was. Something that told the nervous system, this isn't welcome. So I need to stuff this part of me away. I need to repress, suppress, deny. And then there's the shame. It must be a wrongness. It must be a badness. Who I am deep down, there's that belief then, who I truly am, when I really just be myself, is a wrongness, because I'm not getting the love. The world isn't meeting me with joy and love and encouragement and celebration. And so who we truly are on the inside gets shrouded in this veil of shame and embarrassment and humiliation and judgment. And as we heal, we call it the shadow, but actually when we actually heal and look at our shadows and face our fears, we're actually reclaiming our authentic essence, authentic voice, authentic energy, authentic frequency. Coming home, remembering, wow, I believed that part of me was unacceptable. I believed that part of me was shameful. And then once we start to engage with that part of ourselves, and journaling really, really was a powerful transformational tool for myself. Conscious dance, yoga, breath work. Find your tools. Support yourself through this process to find healthy ways to express, to acknowledge what was repressed, suppressed, denied. That's part of healing the trust with yourself. These parts of self that were diminished, denied, beginning to relax in the nervous system. Relax in the nervous system rather than pull back to hide or push forward to get attention. These different energies can be pushing and pulling in different directions, and that's creating the tension, the yes and the no. And then there's the level of the soul part of us If you don't like the word soul, the spirit, the higher self, the source, the whatever that is that came into this body, that will leave transition from this physical incarnation, whatever that is, universe. There's the push and the pull between that and the body. I'm going to call it soul. So the soul and just the expansion of energy, just because it's natural evolution, it wants to expand who we are. And these energies are coming onto the planet through the eclipses, and these they open certain they open certain energetic alignments and solar flares, and there's many different things that are uplifting the frequency and the vibration on the planet, and that pushes up the density in our tissues, in our energetic field, that were held in a more denser consciousness of duality, and they come up to be witnessed, to be resolved, to be healed. And each time there's a renewal of trust, another piece of trust through that soul integration, integrating the aspects that got fragmented into separation, identities and perceptions and beliefs, into distrust. So then we lived up in our head because we couldn't trust our heart, we couldn't trust our bodies. So we trusted the mind, because society also encouraged that, the conditioning. Go into your mind, understand, calculate, qualify, quantify, try to preempt, and yet walk around and stub our toe or break our leg. I remember there was a lady who came to me many years ago who had broken her leg going down the stairs. I think maybe she'd done it twice or something. I was like, well, where were you when you were walking down the stairs? Because you weren't in your feet, were you? So this is what happens when we're disconnected from our body. So that's why we bang our body and stub our toe. And I remember I used to twist my ankle before I started doing yoga because I was not in my body. So pain is a great way for the body to get our attention, to pay attention, to bring focus, to bring breath to that which has been disconnected with, that has been forgotten. So let me know in the comments if this is landing for you. Just put in one word: landing. If you're more confused, put in confused. If you have a question, put in a question. If you need to have a rant, have a rant. This is a safe space. I know it's online, so you may prefer to do it in your journal. But I hold it all sacred, as I hold myself sacred, and this journey of healing inner trust with my own heart and my own soul and my own nervous system. I hold you equally sacred. I hold your journey equally sacred, because that's how it works. What we give for ourselves, what we have for ourselves, we have for others. Is just how it works. What we are lacking within ourselves, what's disconnected within ourselves, what's unconscious within ourselves, we project onto others. And that's what you see out in the world: a lot of unconsciousness and a lot of awakening, which is beautiful. People find in their voices, and the anger is there to wake us up out of the apathy of just kind of going along with things and not questioning anything. And then we get the anger, wake us up out of our apathy. The anger that woke me up out of my apathy today was around getting straight with myself, that that my soul really desires more intimate connection with resonant souls. And I've mentioned it on the videos, but like I've had an inspiration to create a more intimate container and offerings on another platform to bring more resonant souls together. And I've had it for quite a few months. And and I haven't done it. I've been playing the waiting game. And today it came up again very clearly that my soul has a longing for a deeper, intimate connection and a more authentic, resonant connection with you, my friend, if you're still here with me. I want to hear your voice. I want to see your face. I want to grow. Um, yeah, grow what supports the nervous system to recalibrate into into feeling held in safety, and to feel relaxed enough to really be able to express and have, also practices, be guided with practices, and let the soul shine in the body. Align and shine, eh? So yeah, let me know if there's a calling in you as well, that there's a longing, there is a deep longing in you for greater connection. And the body or the nervous system, the ego is has fear around it. There's some stuff there of it not being safe. It's too vulnerable. What if I'm rejected? What if I seem silly? Notice what comes up around intimacy. And another way to think of intimacy is into me, I see. Into me, I see. So intimacy is it's actually getting to know ourselves and then bringing that self to one another, to know ourselves so much, to connect in, to align, to remember that we don't abandon ourselves when we come together. So that's the kind of intimate container I'm talking about. One that truly honors and respects all energy, each unique expression, each unique journey, each unique challenge, and is encouraging. To really develop these practices of calibrating the nervous system into a new story of safety, of unconditional love, of relaxing into the heart, to the soul, resonance, source, and to be conduits of unconditional love, coherent love, kindness, generosity of spirit, abundance, abundant flow, to feel carefree. Isn't that what we all want? To feel good in our skin? And how do we do that? When we feel relaxed, when our body feels safe to relax, whether it's by a pool or in a conversation or online. and the liberation is that we cultivate so much safety in the body, so much resonance with our true soul frequency, and ground and anchor that puts out an energy field of resonance that attracts what is truly in alignment with the soul, the true soul's desires. Now remember, initially the soul did choose separation. The soul did choose to go through challenging times. And that was a desire at one time, to understand, to have the experience of separation. As we awaken, the soul is saying, now it's time to awaken. Now it's time to remember. Now it's time to heal. Now it's time to let go. Now it's time to distill the wisdom, to bring it all into the recognition of unconditional love, unconditional compassion, depth of compassion through understanding and awareness. Something that can't happen through books. It can't happen through somebody else's journey. We can be inspired by one another. Of course, we can be encouraged. We can celebrate. We can witness one another. However, nobody walks our path. each one is a unique soul pathway of awakening. And yet there's a collective recognition and resonance, because of course, ultimately, it's all one field and one source. However, we have our own unique expression of that as the fractal, or as the hologram. To me, it's more like a hologram that represents the like a hologram. You take a piece out of the hologram, and that piece represents the totality. So again, the analogy is, of course, the ocean. What is it? We're not a drop in the ocean, we're an ocean in the drop? Or we're not, however that goes. It's like our humanness is the wave, but really we're connected to this ocean of love. I call it the ocean of love. Yeah. And really, the ocean does represent that expansive vastness, depth. And yet, the ocean can be turquoise, it can be deep sea blue, it can have all different kinds of species and all kinds of different ecosystems in it. Same as the universe. So we are in this ocean, calling the field, the crystalline field of light, of resonance, of frequency. And we tune into different radio stations, different frequencies, broadcasting on different radio stations, expressing on different radio stations. And so when we're really attuned to our soul signature frequency, then we are attuning to a certain radio station. And then other people will be attuning to a different radio station, but they're not going to cross necessarily. Can be aware that there's other radio stations, other ways to see the world, other ways to live or not live. We can bless them on their way, because all is an expression of source. All is here for experience through separation, into awakening, remembering, coming home, coming deeper and deeper home. Home is where the heart is. And now we want to bring the body on board through supporting the nervous system, supporting the vagus nerve. So there's lots of information out there. Polyvagal. If you're needing support with your nervous system, look up the polyvagal system. Yeah. So much good stuff now around supporting our nervous system to release the old trauma memories, the muscle tissues, and to calibrate into a new story. Okay. With that, I honor you. I honor myself. I honor my heart. I honor my soul. I honor the source of all that is, I am. And through that deep honoring, I extend that honoring to you. May you be blessed. And may you trust the inner guidance that guided you here to be in this resonance of remembrance. And trust wherever it leads you to next. And just stay curious about it all. Do your best to stay out of judgment, to support yourself to come back, take a breath anytime, hands on the body. I am here. Just tell your body, it's the body. You are the steward of your body. You are the steward of your body and your nervous system. So you need to you need to give it the story that you want it to pattern as. I am safe. I am held. I am trust. We are walking just little step by little step, nice, safe, steady steps of intimacy. Into me I see, and intimacy as I relate with those around me, with discernment, with sensitivity, with honoring, not self-abandonment. So staying true to the best that we can, to who we truly are. And again, repatterning from the habits of self-abandonment or over-giving or over people-pleasing or overtaking, perhaps just from a place of fear and scarcity and lack. So whatever, just notice the polarities. And ultimately it's about balancing. As the Buddha said, walk the middle path, the middle path. That is the bliss path, walking the middle path. And when I share massage, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the middle path between pain and pleasure to get that perfect, I call the sweet spot pressure with the breath. There's enough pressure that the person is fully engaged. You can think of it in a yoga session as well, is fully focused, breathing into that place I'm putting the pressure on. But it's not so much pressure that it pushes them out of their breath. So it's the same thing with us. We want to explore the energies that are arising and give them enough breath. We don't want to re-traumatize ourselves that we're holding our breath. So that's why it is important to be mindful and just have your tools. Journaling, take a bath, yoga, breath work, gratitude, dancing, exercise, nature, of course, pet an animal. All of these things supports the nervous system to soothe and to calm and to be reassured with safety. That all is well. And so it is. Namaste. Let me know in the comments what landed for you most out of this video, where you're from. And yeah, let me know if you're feeling it to, once I have this container, once I create this more community circle, I see it as a circle, online circle through this heartbeat.chat, which is more feminine, more heart, more feminine kind of platform. I haven't explored it too much in depth yet, but yeah, let me know if that interests you as well. Just say I'm interested in coming together, a more resonant community, resonant circle. Put in the comments, yes to resonance. Okay, take care. Lots of love.